welcome back to Late Night Lately, the late night show. I'm your host, Chad White. If you didn't know, this is the late night styled show for the website, cpluscomedy.com. Guess what? I have a monologue for you. Let's crack it open. I'm trying not to catch catchphrases. Earlier this week, President Donald Trump was said to be glad Robert Mueller is dead, which is the same thing 59% of registered voters will be saying about him in a couple of years, or sooner, based on how his body seems to be rejecting him. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth struck down 2 black and 2 female officers from the promotion list, but that's only because 2 wouldn't put out, and he's afraid of the other 2, and I'll let you decide which one's which. Bill Maher was chosen to receive the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor. Oh, would you look at that? The clock stopped. I'll watch the show. It's from the show. Trump's signature is being added to currency to celebrate America's 250th anniversary, and now it's worth nothing. The Senate agreed to end a shutdown for most of the DHS, Department of Homeland Security, hours after Trump signed an emergency order to get TSA agents paid. Said Trump, "Boy, you really know how to take the wind out of my sails, guys." And finally, Tiger Woods was reportedly involved in a car crash on Friday that resulted in his SUV being rolled over onto the driver's side. He just shanked it to the left. And that's all the jokes I have for you today. Thank you for listening to them. I apologize on how many mistakes there were. There weren't many mistakes. I'm too perfect. Welcome back. Let's go through this week. Late show was off, and there's going to be some mixed showings of late night shows for the next couple of weeks. I believe everybody but Jimmy Fallon, so everybody but Tonight Show is off next week, and then he's going. And then on April 7th, he will go on vacation for 2 weeks, and I believe Seth is on vacation for 3 weeks, late night. Kimmel starts vacation next week, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I assume everybody's going to be off for 3 weeks total, mostly, more or less. So there you go. There's that. Let's talk about what happened this week in late night. For the Tonight Show, Fallon had on Taraji P. Henson and Cedric the Entertainer, as well as Flea. Flea was talking about his new album. If you go read, the New York Times did a profile of Flea and his new album, his jazz album, where he plays trumpet, and there's some video included, just like short little clips. Apparently, what you can glean from the video is Flea is. So I guess they're somewhere in LA or in California, obviously, but I guess they're somewhere in LA. And Flea is sitting on the edge of a hill, shirtless, as Flea does, blowing on his trumpet, and he's like squatting over his bags. And he's by himself. He's not performing or anything, and he's just like, doing whatever Flea does. But he spots the camera that the New York Times has on him, and he goes, "Oh, I got here early." It's just so funny. I think it's hilarious. Camilla Monroe was there as well. Then Flea performed a song. Cardi B appeared. Alex Earl was there. Tyrese Maxey was also there. Snail Mail performed. I love Snail Mail. Her new album is out. I did not. There's like 5 new albums out this week that I downloaded, including Ray and Courtney Barnett. And those are the 2 I decided to listen to at the gym. So there you go. I'm sorry, Snail Mail, but it is downloaded to my phone, and I will be checking it out. She blew up. I was a fan because of NPR. And then she blew up, and then she performed here in Atlanta. She did 2 nights, and they were both sold out. And then resale tickets were insane. I was so pissed. BTS was there for an episode, and they also performed twice. But there was also they performed twice, but it was over the course of 2 days. Like 2 songs were over the course of 2 days. And it's just so nice to see fans freak out about of this boy band. I do like BTS a lot. I did listen to that album several times. Airang, I believe that's what it's called. But it's crazy to see these, like, see people just scream at them. Chris Pratt and Charlie Day were there to promote the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Ariana DeBose was there as well. Roman Reigns. BTS performed again. Here's what they should have done with the Super Mario Galaxy movie. They should have called the first one Super Mario Brothers, the Super Mario Brothers movie, Super Mario World. They could have renamed it, and I would have been fine with it. The same thing, the studio did the same thing with, not Universal, but the studio that did Edge of Tomorrow did the same thing with that movie. It's essentially been renamed Live, Die, Repeat. They could have just, if they named the first movie Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers World, the Super Mario Brothers movie, Super Mario Brothers World, then they can call this one Super Mario Galaxy. But you can't just go from Super Mario Brothers, the first game, to Super Mario Galaxy, the first Wii game. It's insane. What are you gonna call the next one? Super Mario Odyssey? You're gonna skip over the one that was on Wii U? What was that one? Was there one on Wii U? Hold on. Not gonna see if there's a Mario game on Wii U. Mario Wii U game. I typed in equals because I just don't have any. All Mario games released on Wii U. Okay, so I guess they would call it Odyssey because there's no 3D Mario game. Whatever. All right, on Late Night with Seth Meyers, there was appearances by Sterling K. Brown and Rachel Dratch. They also had a Joke Seth Can't Tell segment that just does not get enough clicks. I love this. Like right now it's at 100,000 views, but on day one it should have been at 500,000. It should be as much as Closer Look. I think Joke Seth Can't Tell is so funny. Jim Parsons appeared. Alana Haim was there. Chris Fleming was there. Chelsea Handler. Isa Gonzalez. There you go. Vincent D'Onofrio, Amanda Peet. Amanda Peet is just such a nice and affable person, and it sucks that she's going through so much. If you don't know her, both of her parents are dying, she has a cancer diagnosis, and roughly around the same time, both of her parents were dying at the same time. But she's a trooper. She's good. I like her. She's very funny and very charming. Okay. Next up on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Oh, God, you touch one fucking cable. I hate this thing. It's the cable. I know it's the cable's fault. It's nothing else. Nothing else in this setup. I hate this so much. What are you doing? Jesus. Okay. James Morrison was there. Jeff Tweedy performed. Darcy Carden was there to talk about her new show on Hulu with Will Forte. Elizabeth Banks, Jimmy O Yang. Jimmy O Yang is, I guess he did shows in China, and they were huge shows. And it's wonderful to see him just excelling and getting the recognition he deserves. Niall Horan was there. They also played a game with Niall Horan during the monologue. Niall versus a superfan who knows him more or better. And then Erin Moriarty was there. I like Erin Moriarty. She's a great actress, and I like her in The Boys. You know what's interesting is like watching, you watch a show like The Boys, and then you see Erin Moriarty or what's his name? That guy who plays Homelander. And then they obviously have other acting jobs prior to this and after it. And then you see something, oh my God, is that Erin Moriarty? It's wild. I think that's such a crazy thing. I know it happens literally all the time, but The Boys is such a big stylistic, dirty, dark show. And then like to see them do something that's not that is very fun. Charlie Puth was there. David Cross was also there. And then with Charlie Puth, they also played Wing It and Sing It, which is something that they don't often do. It's a Jimmy Fallon-esque thing where they write a song that Charlie Puth has never seen. He plays while he's singing the words, the lyrics, and yeah. And then Charlie Puth performed with Coco Jones the song Sideways. On The Daily Show, Josh Johnson hosted I forgot his name for a second. After Jon Stewart did his Monday thing. Jon Stewart spoke to Jake Sullivan, and Josh spoke to Sterling K. Brown, the Kid Miro, and Isa Gonzalez. And then we also had appearances from Ronnie Chang and Desi Leidick. And, God, what is his name? I say it all the time, and it's ridiculous that I do not know his name. I know everybody's name. Troy Wada. I'm sorry, Troy. That was me. That was so rude of me. I can remember Kludenschmidt, but I can't remember Iwata. Okay, moving on to last week tonight. John Oliver covered police stings. And there you go. Let's get into this is a very easy, very simple thing. Last week I had an episode. What was that? Last week I had an episode. Was the episode I covered the how SNL UK came together. Then it premiered the following day on Saturday at 10 p.m. I believe in the UK time, Great British Time, GMB. Is that what's called? And it was, it premiered. I get emails in the C Plus Comedy email, and I'm trying to avoid seeing things, but you just can't avoid things. And Sunday morning, I wake up. I go, all right, SNL UK. Either it's going to be uploaded to YouTube or it's already going to be on Peacock. Neither of those things are the case. Am I drunk? What the fuck? Neither of those things is the case. The SNL YouTube channel, I have linked to it now, as of today, Friday, March 27th. It is now live for the entire week. It was not live. It was live. It literally came up 5 hours ago, and I subscribed to it 2 hours ago. Which is so insane to me. I think if you are going to be presumably a show that exists for this entirety of a season, it's eight episodes, and maybe you want to do another season. Maybe you want to last the same 51-year length that SNL Vanilla has. Maybe you just want to do 5 or 6. It doesn't matter. As long as you're producing sketch comedy or late night, I think it is commonplace now to have a YouTube channel so that people can have easy access to it. I think also we're spoiled by SNL and Taskmaster because almost everything that they have done has been uploaded to their respective YouTube channels. Like for Taskmaster, I'm pretty sure everything that they've done is there. Even New Zealand and and Kid Taskmaster and what's the other one they have? Australia. Even those are being uploaded to the Taskmaster one. And then for SNL, I don't want to put a number on this, but I do think that because of a lot of episodes having music rights that they have to pay for, you're missing a lot of those on Peacock. You're missing a lot of the full episodes on Peacock, so some episodes will be like 18 minutes long, and then others will still be like 42, and that's still shorter than the hour and 1 minute that typically airs. So maybe like 70-ish%, a little upwards of 70 of SNL is available to watch via Peacock and YouTube. Anyways, you still can't watch that Safe Light. The Safe Light windshield one. God, that was such a funny sketch. Oh my gosh. But but the advertiser didn't like it, so they had to remove it, which is so dumb. Anyway, it's as for SNL UK, um, they so then they uploaded all of that, all like not all the sketches. They uploaded some of the sketches to uh, uh, Sky, the Sky TV YouTube channel, which was frustrating as hell. Anyway, this is not a review. This is just, it's not a recap. I just want to talk about SNL UK. There's, this is right off the bat. I have nothing negative to say about this show. It looks good. Like it just looks good. Watching Tina, I'm gonna mute this because I don't want to get a content strike. But watching Tina during the monologue was so good to see. It just looks good. The lighting looks fantastic. If you're watching the video, you're seeing me play a little bit of it. But the lighting looks fantastic, and the stage looks fun. Oh, I'm just now noticing that Tina is messing with her microphone. So I saw a stagehand walk in the background. That's very funny. It felt very loosey. It felt very goosey, and I enjoyed the monologue. There were guest appearances by a girl from the Dairy Girls, a show I'll never watch, and Graham Norton and Michael Cera, and it was mentioned in passing, but Graham Norton, his show, the stage for SNL UK is on his stage, his show, which is cool. I like it. That's very it's very vast. Also, are there people? Hold on. Let me look at Tina coming out again. It seems to me that there's not people. There's people all the way in the back here, but it doesn't look like there are people on the sides, like there are in regular SNL vanilla, as I've been calling it. Anyway, the monologue was good. It's like truly, if you just copy SNL, then you're gonna be fine. The cast did a good job. There's already been a couple of standouts. Wet Leg was fantastic. Oh my god, I'm also already a fan of Wet Leg. So there was some UK jokes, so like some very very much Great Britain, Irish, Scottish stuff that I'm sure Americans would politely laugh at. The Weekend Update was good, with Anya Maglio and Patty Mustache. I don't know his name. I do think that the stuff that they did, the pre-tapes, were so fascinating to me. To see something that plays well, that could play well around the world, like Underage, which is a cream that makes you look younger, so young that you look like your husband or boyfriend will look like a pedophile or something. That's funny. And then otherwise they had 45 seconds with I truly don't know these people's names. They had a 45-second segment with one of the Scottish guys, and he did very Scottish humor. It was still funny. But it still worked. It still worked very well. I'm looking at a sketch now called The Budger, and I don't exactly remember it. Mostly because it is very UK, but it still was funny. The Last Supper thing that they did was very funny with David Attenborough. That's the Scottish guy. There was a Paddington Bear thing, a Paddington Bear experience, which I don't even know if is a real thing or not. I know you can. I know there's that the Paddington Bear play. But can you meet that Paddington? The human inside of the robot suit? Or the robot inside the human suit? This is also a unique show in that it is the first iteration to be available outside of its home country because I can't. I've never seen SNL Mexico or Japan or Korea or whatever. I'm sure I would enjoy it. SNL UK, for better or worse, is the same SNL, and I'm hoping that in these off weeks that we don't have SNL, these stretches where there's like 2 episodes and then there's a big break and then 2 episodes, that we can get this show to air. 8 episodes is enough. 8 is enough, as that show once was. 8 is enough, and I think it's these people are charming. The cast is good. It's very small. When the show ended and Tina was doing the good nights, you saw a wet leg to the left of her and then the cast to the right. And it was very fun. And Ray J. John Page was there too. It was very fun to see such a small cast. But also, people complain that there's too many people in the cast of SNL Vanilla. And I think the fact of the matter is they kind of need that many people, especially if they're going to be doing 19 or 20 or 21 episodes per season, and some people are hitting every week, and then there's periods where they don't, and then to give the repertory players a chance to be in the spotlight, even though they don't really need 5 white people, 5 more white people in the cast. That's my biggest issue with SNL. Period. Is just come on, man, diversify. But I'm fascinated to see where this goes, and you know what? Oh, but also the uploading schedule. This is what I want to mention. That pissed me off. The uploading schedule is 9 p.m. on Sunday. I think for a show that is allowed to use the C word on television live, you should be able to upload the episode of that show the following morning, and you are several hours ahead. I wonder if they have the same. I wonder what their workflows are. Are they doing the same SNL vanilla stuff, things of just staying up all night? I really feel like they aren't, which is good. I feel like that's where a lot of these sketches came from. I also don't want this show to be burdened with so many. This is the first episode, so I'm not putting the blame on this. But if in this next episode that's going to be hosted by Jamie Dornan, I might be wrong. Jamie Dornan, SNL. I am correct. It is Jamie Dornan. I would hope that they lessen the cameos. That there's not, because who was it? The girl from Dairy Girls, a show I'll never watch. Michael Cera, Graham Norton, Ray J. John Page. Yeah, am I forgetting anybody else? I would hope that they don't have as many in this next episode, because I think that if we do it for the Jamie Dornan one and then we do it for the Riz Ahmed one, then we would be the audience would become reliant on it. Sorry, I'm getting a little choked up. But it's a fun show. It's the same show. That is the best thing that can happen to it. And what I thought initially was, I'm going to relate this back to Taskmaster. Taskmaster US failed because there was too much tinkering with it. When it was on Comedy Central, I believe they cut it down to 22 minutes. They got, considering, hold on, let's see. Taskmaster US had, I believe, Ron Funches and Lisa Lampanelli, which is fine, because you don't have to have the biggest, most famous people. But Reggie Watts was the presenter. He was the Taskmaster. And then Alex Horn was still a part of the show as the sidekick or whatever. It should have been that. Oh, Kate Berlant in 2018? Is that a good choice? In 2018, was that a good choice? Yeah, that sounds a good choice. Freddie Highmore. No, it's not a good choice. And Dylan Francis. I don't know who that is. but he's a DJ. What's his discography? Trolls Band Together. No, he's done a lot more. I just named the thing I knew. I think that's a grab bag of people. Funches, Ron Funches, Lisa Lampanelli, because I guess Comedy Central was, they were big on Lisa Lampanelli. And Kate Berlant. I think those are the people that work. And then the other two, you should have chosen other two people. Anyway, but there was too much tinkering with that show because it was 22 minutes. Like Nathan Fielder's show. This show only has 22 minutes. But for this show to work, for SNL UK to work, just essentially do a copy and paste. And that's what I feel like The Office US did, was a copy and paste. And then it became its own thing. As opposed to, we're going to do Taskmaster, but we're going to make it a lot smaller. It's going to be the same, but it's going to be a lot smaller. But you can't tinker with it too much right out of the box. I'm excited to see the rest of this season. Are they doing 8 weeks straight? Is that true, or are they not? They can't be doing 8 weeks straight. SNL UK. I'm at the Wikipedia. March 21st, 28th, April 4th, and I assume they're going to take a break. Production. Now I'm looking at the production. I can't see anything. Okay. Anyway. Good luck to them. Good luck to this cast. Good luck to the crew. Good luck to Lorne. I truly would love to see this show continue. All right. We're done. Listen, if you like what you heard, head to website, where you can see me talk to celebrities sometimes. I just released an episode, an interview with Nicole Elise Nelson. She's a interesting and very funny comedy person who was in the Nickelodeon show I Am Frankie. She also was in an Oscar-nominated short, Jane Austen's period drama. You can see that full interview on cpluscomedy.com or on youtube.com/cpluscomedy, where you can also see a video version of this show, as well as a video version of the other podcasts. LinkedIn Logs, the Jobs and Business News podcast, and The Constitutional, it's the entertainment business news show. Subscribe to those shows wherever your podcast. Follow us on social media at cpluscomedy, on TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, and YouTube. Me on those platforms at Chad Black White. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye.